What's up, fellow YouTubers and hip hop heads? This is MC Reg with another hip hop review. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to my man Mark. He wanted me to review this album so bad, so this is for you, man. Everyone should know about this album I'm about to review. Nas, Illmatic, released in 1994, Columbia Records. Should I even go on? This is by far one of the greatest album of hip hop history, in my opinion. Like, whole lot of rappers' style came out of this record right here. Singles this album is known for is Halftime, It Ain't Hard to Tell, Life's a Bitch, and The World Is Yours. See, Nas, let me tell you a little backstory about this. Nas and his friend Ill Will were like, he listed his friend Ill Will as a DJ. In like 1991, he joined MC Search's group in a posse called main source, in a posse called Live at the Barbecue, off this song Breaking Atoms. And that was like Breaking Atoms, classic album. But the song Live at the Barbecue, like, it had Akinyele, another underrated MC, and Joe Fattel. But Nas, he just stole the show, like, with his verse. Like, he said, "I went to jail for snuffing Jesus." Like, who thought of something like that? Then that next year, like, MC Search wanted Nas to record a song for this movie called Zebrahead, which was Halftime, which I'll get into that in a moment. Also, tragically, that same year, his friend Ill Will was shot and killed, so kind of sad though. So Nas, another like interesting fact though, Nas not once was signed to Def Jam Records, but also someone was kind of like, cause he kind of thought Nas sounded like a bit cool, like Cool G rap. And he predicted that Illmatic would be like a commercial failure and stuff like that. But other than that, so that, like, between 92 and 94, he was mostly recording this album. Like, the producers on this album is DJ Premier, Large Professor, L.E.S. MC Search was the executive producer, and Q-Tip. And another fact about this album was supposed to be like longer, because if you notice, there's like 10 tracks here, but I believe due to like bootlegging and stuff like that, that's why they kind of rushed it to be released, and they just add these 10 tracks. So if Illmatic was longer, I mean, now let me get to the tracks. The first track on the album is Genesis. It's kind of like an intro track. The way I see it, it's kind of a tribute to the movie Wild Style. And like, for those of you who don't know what the movie Wild Style is, it was like hip hop's first motion picture, where it had like Fab Five Freddy was in it, Grandmaster Flash, Busy Bee Ski. And so this is kind of like Nas's like way of showing tribute to like the hip hop before him, like the hip hop fathers and stuff. Another interesting fact, like, he also paid tribute in the It Ain't Hard to Tell music video. So, and track number 2 was the background I was playing before this, New York State of Mind. Basically one of my favorite songs by Nas, one of my favorite primo beats. That he's just rapping about his lifestyle, like in New York, and how he wanted to start rapping, and like, that song right there is just classic Nas right there. Anyway, one of my favorite lines, and probably one of Nas's best lines, is, "I never sleep 'cause sleep is the cousin of death." Like, yeah. Track number 3 is Life's a Bitch. Like, this song, Life's a Bitch, oh my god, classic song. This is AZ's first appearance on Wax, and you guys should know what AZ is. He released Do or Die, which I have that in my collection. He is definitely, in my opinion, one of the most underrated MCs in hip hop history. I mean, these two just have like perfect chemistry with each other. They should really do some more songs and probably an album together. I also love the Gap Band sample they use on this track too. Oh, and you guys know the trumpet sound like at the end of the like that. That's actually Nas's father playing trumpet on the at the end. I was thinking that was kind of like cool though. Anyway, Life's a Bitch, one of my favorite Nas songs. And then track number 4 is World Is Yours. Nas and Pete Rock. What I got from that song is kind of like his own perspective of what's going on in his world, like his environment and stuff like that. Like the way he just flips the rhymes on the song is really creative. The Q-Tip remix of this song, ooh, that classic remix. Check that out. Now you have track number 5, Halftime. This is originally Nas's first solo song. Nas's first solo song, and the wordplay on the song. Skip a little something. I'm gonna let you listen to some of this. I mean, this is why they call Nas the second coming of Rakim. Like, no one rap like this back in, especially at his age though. Oh, another interesting trivia fact. The beat to the song was originally intended for Busta Rhymes, but I think Busta was kind of like, man, I think just didn't really feel the beat at the time though. And track number 6 is Memory Lane. Basically, probably my favorite song on the album, to be honest. See, this, what I got from this song right here is just reminiscing about like how he was struggling, how he dropped out of high school. He was there in the cokehead, the death of his friend Ill Will. Like, it's just like one of those songs that got you like thinking about your regrets and stuff like that, and like it's got you really thinking about all your mistakes in the past, and like it's just one of those chill tracks you gotta listen to and stuff. Then we get to track number 7, which is One Love. One of my favorite Q-Tip beats of all time. One of Nas's best storytelling songs, and like this song is basically about him writing a letter to all his like homies in jail and stuff, and it's kind of like it's a sad song. Like this whole album is kind of sad, but in my opinion, this got to be one of the saddest songs. Like, oh yeah, a year after this album, Q-Tip produced a song for Mobb Deep called "Temperatures Rising." What kind of like the same concept to the song, like. And I thought that was like really interesting how great minds kind of think alike, you know. Then the next song after One Love is One Time for Your Mind. Large Professor had this beat, and this in my opinion is like the most underrated song on the album. Like no one really talks about this One Time for Your Mind like that. Cause a lot of people kind of thought it was kind of like filler. I was like, what? So this is basically like a kind of like a laid back kind of song. Kind of that bass line. I love that bass line on the song though. And track number 9 is Represent. This is basically, in my opinion, the hardest song on the album. See, this is what I think about the song. He's just talking about like what's going on, the illegal activities in his environment and the weed smoking and stuff like that. Like it's basically another autobiographical song. This is another song where like hardly anybody talks about on the album though. It's kind of weird though, cause like with all these classic songs, they always talk about Life's a Bitch, New York State of Mind, but they always leave out One Time for Your Mind, Represent. I don't even know. I think this track is definitely one of the top tracks on the album. So then we get to the last song, which is It Ain't Hard to Tell. This song, according to Nas, this is like the song that really brought him to like the mainstream. And like everything about this song is good. I love like the lyricism, the Michael Jackson sample, the chemistry he and Primo had back in the day. Oh my god, like they need to hurry up with that album though. Come on, like that album would be just perfect. And so that's it for the original. I'm not really gonna review like the remixes on the reissue, because this is the 2004 reissue of the album, so I'm not really gonna review all that. But other than that, everyone knows this is a classic album. Everybody knows that this broke ground, like it really like brought the East Coast back to the forefront, like after the West Coast was dominating around that time. So this is the 10 out of 10, another classic album. My favorite Nas albums is this one, It Was Written, I Am, yes, that album, Stillmatic, Lost Tapes, Godson, and his new record, Life Was Good. I mean, he's like one of those dudes that lyrically over the years he will get better and better and better, and he will still blow people's minds even to this day with his lyricism. And like this it. This is Nas, Illmatic, released in 1994. Definitely recommend y'all check out more of my YouTube videos and stuff like that.